Hi, this is Dr. Naila Khalaf, the founder and CEO of PreWORKS, a platform that empowers employees as well as employers to have a safe and productive workplace environment. So first, to give a little overview, I will start with a demo of the user interface. With the user, I mean both employers and employees. I will go through the functionality of the platform to show the display when you hit the landing page, demonstrate how employees can report an injury or COVID case, and how the platform provides recommendations depending on different needs for reporting, reviewing, or analyzing data. The recommendations for employees can be very useful to provide access and tools to address their immediate needs and to have their work-related injury or condition be evaluated by their superiors. On the employer side, the platform can be analyzed and used for predictive and prescriptive studies, as well as be managed and compared to other employers within the same industry. So let's start by looking at the login page. This is our basic login page. We can also create an account. You'll find some information here that we can also create a company. But today we're just going to log in as a user, and we'll do that and we'll make it easy to log in and test things. Alright, so this is a landing page. You can see we have some information here. We got your name, your gender, and if you notice, this wasn't actually a thing on the login page. Then we have some of your address settings, your company. This is just a dummy company. So all the information here reflects your company in general. And we have this cute image of a bug as a profile picture. Now moving into companies. This is a list of companies that you're part of or have been part of. This is just to keep a history of the employee over time, so employees can review their employment history. And now we can see just the one company, the dummy company. But where I think it gets really interesting is in the reporting page for injuries, where you can see all these fields for reporting injury, and you can choose if you want to report, for example, COVID positive test or musculoskeletal injury or both. And we got this innovative body diagram that you can select all body parts involved in the injury or deselect them. We can report that in the database later. For example, if you have the injury at work, have you reported it to anyone? For reporting an injury, you essentially want to give a background information. So let's go through the process of how we would actually report an injury. We're going to choose a date when the injury occurred, and let's say it happened at a particular hour and the injury involved left or right upper leg. It happened at work, maybe I strained a muscle and I reported it to my supervisor. We're going to fill out the supervisor name and how the injury occurred. Now let's say I've been treated by a nurse back here and we got to further describe the injury. Submit that form and then we can get back to the home page where we can access our documentations that we've already filled before reporting the injury. Back to the injury page. We're again presented with this diagram, but this time we can see different recommendations regarding this injury or any other injury. So when I click on the upper leg, we can get recommendations for leg injuries. Also see different muscle groups and different strains that can cause limited range of motion related to our injury. And then we can read about optional treatments for home, when to see a doctor, and who to see. Let's go back to the injury page. We have one injury reported so far, but we can do this with any other area of the body, like the chest area, stomach area. We can go anywhere we want on the body and really choose where we want to learn about an injury. We can click on the elbow and get information about elbow's injury. I think this is a great tool for employees because it empowers them to take preventive injuries into their own hands and be able to educate themselves using this platform. Now that we reviewed the employees portion of the platform and we saw how to report injuries and access different preventive methods for these injuries, we can move to the employer access. So let's log in as a company and see the different features that are available for employers. So let's log in as a company and see the different features that are available for employers. Here we have different information like email address, employer name like FedEx, industry type like aerospace, and then we have their login password. Basically, employers can complete their profile information in this area. So let's go to analytics, which I think is the core functionality of this platform. We can have machine learning background. We're giving some numbers here. So this is our expected costs annually, current costs, and the number of injuries that are common in a particular industry. So these are the expected costs giving our industry and the actual costs giving how many injuries we've had this year. Here we're seeing higher numbers above what's expected. So we need to look into that. That's something concerning for an employer. Not only we see these injuries, we also see the breakdown of actual injuries that were reported this year. And you can also see the different body parts that are involved in these injuries. And then we can review the graph that shows how costs change over time. If you want to look at more information, for example, we can look at the knee, examine the injury overview, to get an idea about uptakes of injuries over time. Another crucial page is looking at injuries that are happening among your workforce. For example, Robert Steele has a lot of left arm injuries, which is very strange. Also happened at the same time period. That may mean that there are underlying ergonomic issues in his workplace. So we have here a validation page that displays this creative diagram where you can see a heat map of the highest risk or most common injury in your company. If we have extensive head injuries, arms or back injuries, but not as many as chest injuries, maybe there is something to do with the upper body, with the arms, with lifting, or possibly because of the back. Or maybe we just need helmets to protect the heads of our employees. So this gives us a good view of exactly what's going on in the safety of our employees. So we can use this information to do targeted preventions to enhance safety protocols in the workplace. The goal here is to learn about risk, know how to manage it using analytics, to dig into and explore the actual data, to do predictive analysis and prescribe for better outcomes in the work environment. Employees use their platform to access services, care and knowledge for being an asset to their company. Employers use the platform to improve the bottom line and provide information to their employees about safety and prevention and have this information available to them through their access to PreWORKS. I hope this demo gives an idea on how our platform could be used by employees and employers to promote a culture of wellness and safety in the workplace. Thank you.